We are looking at the Puma phone to be announced on February 16th. We see that there is a sport and a lifestyle menu. The center is a favorite screen that is customizable, so here I say I no longer want this and I'm down to 2. Let me come back over and I'm going to add tracking my ride to the favorites page. We see, of course, that there is a solar cell on the back, and there's going to be an application that we'll speak to that highlights the solar cell capability. But let's just look at some of the behaviors of the home screen. So we see that there is a status bar that enables me to activate things immediately on and off. So I've turned the alarm on over here, and I'm seeing status on the right. As well, the idea of a carpet, enabling me to hit key settings over here. This setting screen is accessible from various desktops over here, and I could get it within a set of Apple. Here we are back at the center. You see that in terms of the status, the Puma phone is now hungry. In fact, let's talk about the Puma phone, because there's Dylan inside the phone. And here we have different views of Dylan. And Dylan is a pet that we can play with across when I want to waste some time. We have varying views of Dylan coming up at us. So the intent is to just have fun and make this light. Let's move over and look at some of the key features. So, for example, of course, it is a sports phone, and we see some views about how much I've walked and the like while we're walking around here at Mobile Congress. We come back and connect it to GPS. Yes, we want to keep vertical when I run. We are over and we have a bike tracker as well. And this bike tracker is in kilometers. It's also showing at the end of a ride what I've done in terms of the profile of speed through time. Here we look at a beautiful gimbaled yacht compass, and again we see some rather elegant vector graphics in here with the device moving. And you'll note that Puma is a big supporter and sponsor of yachting, and this is something that they've added to the device to really have it stand out. We are back at the center over here. Let's go over to the right. So of course there's going to be core camera. Again, we have cameras on 2 sides, so we come into the camera application. There's various capabilities in terms of photo taking, which enable me to change views and do some kind of Apple photo booth type things. But you see here, I have the ability to navigate through my sets of pictures, and then via Bluetooth sharing, I can have 2 Puma phones side by side and pass a picture from one Puma phone to the other. As well, we have video calling, and as I said, there are 2 cameras on the device, and here we're looking at a screen that I would set to identify the contact that I want to be in the device, and then I would have their picture that I can take as well. Let's go back to the top. I think this is an interesting feature because obviously there's a solar panel on the back, but it's not just about the idea of having solar energy. By the way, the readings that we've done ourselves, as well as what we understand technical specs to be, 1 hour of typical sunlight will charge 17 minutes of calling, 2 hours of music playback, or 35 text messages. And this is important in the Puma spirit to say, how many calls have I powered by the sun? How many minutes of music? How many messages? And I just took this device out of the box today, so I've not been in the sun here in wonderful North. One feature, of course, it has a music player inside. And here we have the unique approach to music. So album comes on, and when it's playing, and we can have that through headphone or a speaker, as you see over here, and it even incorporates some type of scratching as well, if you really want to get down, as it were, and then full library and getting out to the music that you have and being able to go by songs, by artists, etc., etc., etc.